Hey, it's Maddie, and welcome to another day of Bookmas. I feel like it would not be complete without a fun little book shopping trip. I have a few gift cards and I also have some stamps saved up, so I thought it would be perfect to do a fun little trip to Barnes and do a little haul at the end. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. So let's go book shopping. So I actually went book shopping a few days ago, but I needed to film the intro and share with you what I ended up hauling. I actually went very spontaneously because I got a couple gift cards in the mail and I knew I had some stamps saved up. And it was just one of those days where I just needed a little bit of retail therapy. So I went to Barnes and it was amazing and I had a really good night. So I looked a little rough. It wasn't the best day, but honestly, it turned right around once I entered those beautiful Barnes doors, walked to the cafe, and entered into a magical wonderland. So it was exactly what I needed. But let me show you what I ended up getting. And then I also got a couple presents from my husband. He surprised me with a couple books that he knew that I wanted. So I wanted to share those with you in here as well. So first, let me share the little haul that I ended up getting from Barnes. So I ended up getting a Monarch by Sophie Lark. I started Grimstone on my last trip to Seattle. God, that was such a beautiful trip, and I'm dying to go back. We're actually hoping we can go back in January. I wish we could go this month. It's much needed, but we will be back. And honestly, it would be so cool to bring this one on my trip since I started the first book on the trip. And I just have been trying to prioritize buying next books in series that I already have so that I have all the books in the series because I love binge reading series. I love getting all the books and reading them. And I know there's a lot of mixed feelings about that, but for me, that works really well. And then I also ended up picking up Hex by Emily McIntyre. I just wanted this beautiful Barnes edition, and I am about to start Hooked very soon and dive into that whole series. So I wanted to get all the books in the series. I think I just need two more books because I have the first three, and then I have this one, which I believe is the last book in this series, in this universe. So I thought it would be perfect to pick this one up. I thought this edition was just so gorgeous and I didn't want to wait and risk it not existing anymore. So I just decided to go ahead and pick this one up. So I just need to get the other two books in the series and then I can binge that series. I feel like I'm going to have such a good time with it. And I'm so excited to dive into that world. I love the little dark fairy tale retellings. I really enjoyed the series by Katie Roberts as well. I've only read a couple of the books in the series, but I thought they were a really good spicy time and I had so much fun with them. And then I also got year two in the Kingmaker series by Sophie Lark because I'm just buying them as the editions slowly come out because I know they released the first one and then this is the second one. And hopefully, three will be out very soon. So I'm just going to pick them up as they start coming out. And I definitely am hoping in 2025 that I will dive into this series. I'm kind of waiting for a couple more to come out though, so that I can try to binge as much of the series as close together as I can. So we'll just see. And then I also ended up getting Spectacular. I actually picked this up on a separate Barnes trip previously, but I thought I would just include that gorgeous little table that they made for this book because I thought it was really pretty. And so I included that in the footage, but I did end up picking this up on a separate trip. And then I also wanted to share, like I said, the books that were gifted to me by my husband. So those are the four books that I ended up getting from Barnes. I really only got these three in my trip and this one on a separate trip. But now let's get into the gifts. So the first book he ended up getting me was the special edition of A Study in Drowning. I've actually read a good chunk of this book and know I really enjoy it. So I feel very confident in owning the special edition for this one. I definitely think it's worth it. I love the library on the spine. It is so stunning. And I just am so happy to have my hands on this. I love how shiny the front is on this one too. And it just makes the cover so much more gorgeous and pop so much more. And I really enjoy that. And I'm just so happy to have my hands on this. It honestly motivates me too to finish out the rest of the book. I'm hoping to pick this up and finish it out before 2025 and start the year with this completely finished. I was really, really enjoying it. And I actually don't even remember why I set it down. It wasn't because I wasn't enjoying the book. Maybe I was just trying to get to another video. I'm not really sure. But either way, it needs to be picked back up. And this definitely motivates me to finish this out. The next one is so incredibly stunning. I am beyond obsessed. Even if I didn't love this book, I probably would display it just because of how gorgeous it is. Although I have no doubt I'm going to love it. And I was just raving about this series and how excited I am to pick it up. And that is the special edition of Hooked by Emily McIntyre. I could not be more excited to own this edition. I think that this is absolutely stunning. I'm obsessed with the sprayed edges. I really love that it has a built-in bookmark and then it also has character art in the beginning of the book, which I think is really fun as well. And so I'm really excited to dive into this one. I think it's going to be so much fun. I love the spine. The back is super gorgeous. Also, oh, I need to take off the sticker on the back. Got it. Okay. So much more gorgeous now. The next one I was pretty torn about just because I thought the main character was kind of annoying in this book, but I also really enjoyed it in a way and it made me cry and it brought back like nostalgic feelings in a weird way. And I can't even explain my feelings of this book. Like, I did have a good time reading it. I read it in one sitting. It was super emotional and sad. I feel like good time is the wrong word, but I had an experience and I felt like I was fully immersed in said experience. I guess it would be enjoyment in a weird way. It made me feel so much even though, like I said, the main character was pretty annoying at times. I think what really did it for me and made me want to get this edition is that I just have such strong memories of reading this story. I remember my husband was working overnights at the time, and I decided to stay up and read, and I didn't realize that I was going to binge the book in one sitting. And like I said, it really was a tearjerker. So the book in question is If He Had Been With Me. I also just really adore this edition. It is so cute. Like, I am actually obsessed with this edition. And I do have the other book that goes along with this one. So maybe I'll have to do a reread and see how I feel. But either way, this edition is stunning and I need to display it somewhere. Absolutely. I just think it's so cute. And I love the spine once again. It says, I love him in a way I cannot define. And then on the back it says, stay, I whisper to him, stay in the car, stay in this moment. But of course, he never does. Oh my God. That's actually just so sad. And then on the inside, it shows the progression of moments. I just think that is so precious and adorable and really, really cute. So I am happy I have this edition. Thank you, husband, for that one as well, because I think I would have put off getting it. And I'm honestly so glad that I do have it regardless. And then the last book in this haul is actually one I was going to get from Book of the Month, but I decided that I really wanted the paperback edition of this one. I feel like it's just going to be a lot more fun to annotate and just tear into. I feel like this is also just going to be, well, this one's going to be a powerful book. I don't know if it's going to be a tearjerker, but I feel like it's going to be a super powerful book, maybe a really impactful book, maybe something that I can relate to, just the things that I've heard about it. And I was instantly drawn to this book for some reason. I was like, I feel like this is gonna be it. And that is Pictures of You by Emma Gray. I am honestly really excited to read this one. I'm hoping I'll read it before the end of the year, but if not, I feel like this would be a really good book to start out the year because I want to be very intentional with the books I start out 2025 with. I feel like last year I didn't pick up the books that I would have liked to start the year with, and I think this year I'm going to be a lot more intentional about that. I feel like I need to start planning right now. I need to like save some really, really good books for the beginning and just start off the year with a bang. So we will see when we end up picking up some of these books. But either way, I'm so excited. I feel like it's such a good book haul. So that is everything. And I will see you for the next day of Bookmas.